Well, we'll start off, Gary, just on your assessment on that game.
I suppose, like everyone else, it was frustrating, wasn't it? I thought we'd get ourselves back in it, but on the day we didn't show enough quality again. There's always sort of endeavour, but nobody really showed any good play or quality play, or someone who was going to open their team up. You know, we just didn't have any good play that we have had up until the Maidstone game. So we've had 2 games now where we really haven't done enough, and we're having to make too many changes as well, and people playing out of position because of our numbers and that. Another 2 knocks today. I mean, Reedy only just was able to start today. I'm not using this as an excuse, because Reedy had a good first half, but we lost him in the second half. Due to a bunion on his foot that he's had before, so we need to look after that. So we didn't have any effective players. That's I thought maybe Ben Winter done okay, and maybe the 3 centre halves done okay, but we certainly didn't have enough flair going forward.
I'll come on to the injuries and the ones you picked up today in just a moment, but on these last 2 games, what have you seen? What do you think it is that hasn't quite worked?
Well, I'm not going to get into that, to be honest with you. You know, I know what we got to do, and you know, when you've had 2 poor games, then you have to work with them. You have to knock them down. Then you got to spend the rest of the week picking them up, and that's what we got to do. And the league is not finished right at this minute. We'd have ripped people's arm off at the start of the season if somebody said we were 3 points off the top before Christmas. I keep telling everybody that this is not an easy league. Most teams are much of a muchness as far as quality is concerned. So it's your method and your work rate that needs to be there. And our method, you know, our philosophy wasn't there today enough. So, and that's what wins games. And if you don't get your method right, or you don't get that going, then everyone's going to be dangerous. And they are. And I think Chorley got a result today, didn't they, at Chesterfield? So there's no easy games that you can just turn up at. And it's ridiculous, but we go to Halifax and absolutely trounced them on the day when they were second, and we couldn't dent Sutton's defenders or Maidstone's defenders enough on the day. So listen, don't we love the game? Do you know what I mean? You know, it's that's the way it is, and our supporters will stay with us because we're still up there, and you know, I know over the years I've had this before, and you have a little poor patch and then you get going again, but it's getting our injuries back, really. You know, that's the big thing, and so we got to get through. We got 7 loans already, so you can't keep going out and getting loans, so you've got to get the best out of the boys that you've got that are fit, and then you know, you've got to hope to get through to January still in touch.
I suppose what you've just said about kind of understanding that where you are right now is actually not a bad position to be in despite 2 losses. That's the important thing, isn't it? It's not all doom and gloom.
One of them was the cup, of course, and as I say, people have got the ability to beat you, and you got the ability to beat everyone else, as we've seen in the last 2 league games. That's what I'm saying. So you know, I'm not going to slash my wrists or anything. You know, obviously we're all disappointed. The boys are disappointed again, but you know, we've got beat. I thought that on the day it gets frustrating because when we do go a goal down, whether it be 1-0 or 2-1, the experience in this league of the opposition will do everything they can to see the game out. And if you haven't got a strong referee that sees and understands that side of the game, you're always going to get a slow, frustrating game. And you have to say well done to the opposition for, you know, they've seen the game out, and and won it and picked up 3 big points for them.
On their second goal, did you have any qualms with the build up to it? There was a bit of a reaction from some players and fans that they thought it might have been a foul in the build up to it.
No, that's definitely it was 100% a foul, that's for sure. But you still got to defend it. You know, you got your goal. You still got your goalie there that can make a save. You know, you got defenders that can be covering. But no, it was a foul, the second one. I was disappointed with the first one because the fella slalomed 2 or 3 of us and then slid that under our goalie. So, yeah, listen, you can, call foul, but at the end of the day, they're 2 situations where we've let in 2 goals. If that's going to be the case, you have to score 4. Do you know what I mean? In case the referee does, sometimes they make a mistake in your favour. But he certainly didn't let that go, because we've just seen it on the video that the lad, was clever. I thought he'd done all right all game. The centre forward, he gave us a bit of a hard time, and he didn't jump. He didn't look at the ball, and he just leant into Robbie Cundy, I think it was, and then the ball went through to the lad who took a chance, got in there and slid it underneath our goalkeeper.
Yeah. Just finally from me, on those injuries then, the 2 that came off today, Frank Vincent and Ben Whitfield, do you know much on what happened to them?
Well, the only good part about that is that the pair they were kicks as opposed to twists. So kicks bruise up for a couple of days, and normally they're okay by the end of the week. But knowing our luck, they'll be, touch wood, it's not going to happen. But knowing our luck, they'll tell us that they've got a long-term injury or something. But yeah, they both couldn't have carried on anyway. So
because it's quite a long list of central midfielders that are out for you, isn't it? At the moment, it's all one position.
Well, exactly right. And I was half a decent midfielder, so at 64 I might have to. I can't sign. I can. Yeah, I'm not under contract anywhere else. But listen, we can smile about it. But we are in a position where we're keeping our fingers crossed that we don't lose anymore, and that includes Frank and Ben.